What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Brawl Stars video. Today we're attempting to get the world record for the highest number of power-ups in a showdown game. Now, this is definitely something that hasn't been totally optimized yet. People haven't figured out the best strategies for this at this point in time, as far as I know. So we figured, hey, you know, we have 10 people we can get together, go in a room, and try to figure out the best strategy. So we took a few hours yesterday, and we just tried to figure out what we thought would be the best way to get the most power-ups on one single person in a game of Duo Showdown. So as far as I know right now, the record is either 62 or 63. I've been told both, and I haven't seen video of either, so please let me know down in the comment section below if you actually know the actual link to whoever actually got the world record for it. But as far as I know right now, it has not been optimized totally, and there is definitely room to improve. So that's what we tried to do today. Now, if you guys want to see more of this, let me know down in the comment section below. I'm just trying to change things up a little bit, change up the usual content. I do a lot of Showdown and Duo Showdown and, you know, normal gameplay here, but I'd like to do some more guides. I'd like to do some more really unique challenges and events and, you know, fun mini games and stuff like that. So as always, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know down in the comment section below. But let's just go ahead and get right into today's video. Alright, guys, so for this first matchup that I wanted to show you, basically we've got a Mortis and a Ricochet on the winning team. Now, Ricochet is just kind of focused on being taken out very, very quickly and also being able to deal out quite a lot of damage running towards the center in the beginning, because we were focusing on getting every single team in the center so they can continually just respawn their teammates and then get killed off for a net gain of one power-up every single time. So as you can see, you know, while I'm going around the map trying to get as many power-ups as I can from the beginning of the match, everybody else is going to be in the middle, just rotating out kills, trying to see if they can get just a ridiculous stack of power-ups in the middle for me to get eventually. Now, as far as rotating my personal teammate is concerned, I'm not entirely sure what the optimal way to do it is. We've done it where he gets killed no matter what every single time someone sees him. We've tried it where he gets killed after he gets a ridiculous amount of power-ups. We've also tried it where he gets killed when he gets 3 power-ups, because once you get to 3 power-ups, your partner's going to be dropping 2 power-ups, which is a net positive of 2, as opposed to when they have 2 or 1 power-up, when that's only going to be a net positive of 1. So really, guys, this is definitely down to the nitty-gritty as far as figuring out the best way to do things is concerned. And right in the beginning, we kind of figured out how to optimize it to a degree, but then from there, there's a lot of math to figure out and a lot of things to just generally work on as far as just, I guess, coordination is concerned, and trying to make sure everybody knows exactly where they need to be and what they need to be doing. And I guess this would probably have been easier if we would have been in like a voice chat or something, but we weren't. So I was trying to figure out how we could get everyone to follow the same exact rule set and understand the same exact rule set after every single match. And we had a general idea going into this one of how it was going to look, but honestly, it didn't go completely to plan. As you guys can see, you know, Cool is my teammate, and he went up to 4 power-ups there. We wanted him to stay at 3 or below, and obviously, I wasn't playing very well either because he wasn't respawning. I was picking up a bunch of power-ups, and I missed some power-ups, and then other people picked them up. It was just an unfortunate situation. So, you know, we got up to a decent amount, and you guys are going to see that, but it definitely wasn't as far as we could have gotten, and we definitely had a lot more potential with this particular match, I think, at least in my opinion. You know, if you guys see something different, if you see any issues, anything at all where I could have changed it and gotten more, let me know down in the comment section below. But we got up to 40 in a pretty decent time. With that said, things definitely start to get a little bit difficult once you get to this end portion and you start to lose power-ups to people accidentally picking them up for you. And as you can see, that just happened there. You know, it's just unfortunate because it's very, very difficult to figure everything out towards the end here. And we're up to 44 right now, but I can't really go and attack anyone because I'm going to take out teams. So then people are starting to run off into the poison, and I have to run in and grab a power-up there. Then they actually don't run off into the poison. They pick up another power-up. It just wasn't great. But with that said, we definitely didn't do bad here. We got up to 48, so that's not terrible. I definitely think that that's okay, and we definitely can improve on that, though. So we went over to a different map, this next one. We went over to a Feast or Famine map, and started off pretty decent. You know, we had Cool run straight into the middle. Again, we weren't quite into the strategy for having him go into, you know, 3 power-up sort of situation where he drops 2 instead of just dropping 1 when he dies initially. Basically, it seems like you have to get the most out of every single respawn and get the most respawns possible. But you can only get a certain amount of value out of every respawn before it starts to go down because you're waiting too long to make it valuable, you know? Basically what I mean by that is that, you know, it gets to a certain point where, you know, your respawn is every 15 seconds, and then you're guaranteed to get 1 power-up from that every 15 seconds. So if it takes you 30 seconds to get, you know, 5 or 6 power-ups, that's going to be 3 power-ups. But the thing is you could have gotten 2 maybe, or 3, and then dropped 2 rather, in maybe 15 seconds, and then dropped another 2 in another 15 seconds. So that would have been a 4 power-up drop, and that'd be a net positive of 1 versus, you know, if you waited 30 seconds to get a 3 power-up drop. So overall, there's a lot of nuance to this, definitely, and a lot of math to figure out, and that's really where our issues sort of stemmed from. Now, with that said, this is definitely a significant improvement onto the last one. I'm kind of convinced at this point that Feast or Famine is the best option as far as figuring out, you know, the best map for actually doing this on. But again, if you guys have any other ideas, if you think that another map is better, if you have experience doing better in another map, let me know down in the comments below. If it's RNG based in your opinion, then let me know as well. I haven't exactly done the math. I haven't went back in all of the VOD and everything from when I recorded, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that there is some RNG involved with the amount of crates that you do get on the map spawned overall. So I am thinking that there's probably going to end up a specific thing that you have to look for, you know, a specific amount of crates that you have to look for when you spawn into a map, and then if you don't get that, then you're probably not going to be able to get the maximum amount of power-ups in a given match. So again, let me know if you have any experience with this, if you've tried it out, if you try to get the record or anything. Let me know, please. I'd love to hear it. But otherwise, guys, you can see that we're definitely doing better, significantly better than the last round, but still not perfect. You know, you can see some glaring mistakes where people didn't rotate out with their partner. You can see a team is unfortunately going to get knocked out pretty quickly here. And then we start getting pushed into the middle. Unfortunately, again, everybody ran into the middle, so I ended up knocking out some teams a little bit early there. That really wasn't what I was looking for, but, you know, it's fine. Like, this is still the sort of learning time where we're trying to figure things out. We got up to 51, so that definitely is one off of the record for at least recent videos that I've seen done on this. JK's record specifically. JK, shout out to him if he happens to be watching right now. Awesome content, man. By the way, anyways, but going back to what we were talking about, so we decided to make a few changes. Initially, we decided right off the bat that, you know, Cool was gonna die immediately whenever he can. Well, we decided, hey, it'd probably be better if Cool got a few power-ups initially before he dies the first time, so then he can get a little bit more value. If I go to the middle first, then I'll be able to go around the map and take out crates very, very quickly. And then also, if we have everybody else taking out crates before going to the middle of the map, then that'll also make it so it's much, much quicker for me to actually get done with this. Now, unfortunately, you know, we did have quite a few issues with a couple of members of the team where, you know, people just didn't quite understand how exactly they were supposed to play this out. And sometimes they picked up power-ups and stuff like that. And every single time you lose a power-up on the main team, you're losing one off of your maximum amount of power-ups you can get for the match. And it doesn't really seem like it's that big of a deal until you get to the end and, you know, you're only a few power-ups off of literally the record, and you have to optimize everything in this case. So definitely something that we wanted to try to do, and this is actually the best run we were able to do. So you know, if you see any issues here, if you see any mistakes being made, let me know down in the comments below, because this was the best we could do. And as far as I know, we are currently either second or third place as far as the highest amount of power-ups ever gotten in a game of Duo Showdown, as far as recorded ones are going anyways. You know, obviously, people could have done this without recording it and gotten more power-ups, but we wouldn't have any way of knowing that because there isn't really a leaderboard or anything for this sort of thing. So we definitely felt really, really solid about how quickly we pushed into the middle. We got a few power-ups, and then we were into rotations, and everyone got the rotation down pretty good, except for a few times where people didn't go to the middle when they really should have, and we lost a couple power-ups early on because people accidentally picked them up. That's really not a big deal, but it definitely, you know, it goes to show you that we could have gotten higher than we did, and I think that there are even better ways we could have gone about doing this. So, you know, again, please, if you've done this before, if you've tried to figure it out before, let me know down in the comments. What did you do? How high did you get? And do you know what the actual record run is? Because I've been told it's 62, 63, and a few others that were a little bit less than that. So I'm not entirely sure what to believe. But right now we're at 50. We're going into the center in the last few seconds, and things definitely weren't looking amazing for getting a lot more than this. With that said, everybody sort of went cohesive towards the end there. Everybody sort of did exactly what they should have, and I was able to get lucky and get quite a few power-ups right until the end, and we did get that 55 power-up run there. So definitely kind of excited about that, and that was the best run we were able to do in that 2-hour time period. We tried a few things afterwards, changing things up, changing the map up. We tried Double Trouble, we tried Death Valley. I mean, we tried Skull Creek too, but it didn't work out too well. Either way, we tried out pretty much everything you can try, and I don't know how people are getting over 60. I really don't. You know, I think we could have probably gotten about 58 if there were no mistakes in that run, but 55 definitely felt like the maximum amount we could have gotten with those mistakes made. You know, in the 60s, that just seems ridiculous. So, again, let me know in the comments. Do you know any ways that we could have changed this up? Do you have any suggestions? I'd be happy to try everything out here and just see, I guess, how we can just sort of optimize this and get it as far as we can possibly push it. You know, I want to get the record with you guys, and I want to make this a cohesive effort that we're all working towards making happen together. So, you know, definitely join the Discord server if you haven't already. Join, you know, the Nova Coop band, because I'm going to be obviously advertising it to them before anybody else. So, you know, if you guys want to take part in the next video we do on this, if we do another video on it trying to get the record again, then, you know, just be in Nova Coop, or, you know, be in the Discord server, and I'll ping everybody when I'm getting ready to record. Otherwise, though, that's going to be about it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. I know it's a little bit different. It probably was boring for some of you, but I hope at least some of you guys enjoyed it. Otherwise, have a fantastic day as always. Again, if you have any ideas for future videos, drop them down in the comment section below. And until the next one, guys, peace.